Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Create internal career sites. We can give the task. We are not going to create it. Already did that in the tenant. Just wanted to relate it. Job posting templates and how it looks. We already know this part. The problem is whatever we created, I was unable to show it. That is the that is the thing which I'm thinking, because when I've done something, if I'm not able to show it, it will be quite difficult for you. That is the only thing. I want to show the external carrier that designing colors, everything how it looks. And this Workday, is there right? Is you right? This is how it's gonna look. Everything I want to show, but I tried. Yesterday I tried, but today I come to know that is the problem with them. Not from, the configuration. There is a restricted when you can see. See, I'll show you. Maintain task is a Workday, something task also. I try to not maintain. Workday account. Something regarding to Workday account. Something which the error I guided tried to debug, but however, the task is not at all working. There is a lot of, even I want to debug it. That's the problem. I checked multiple times. That is where I come to know around meaningful being today. Nobody's when you get access to it. Maybe we can continue on that. They have to give that access. Yes, whatever we are done, I'm not able to show it, then you might be confused. It will take only one session. It was easy to catch on. It was pretty much to the point. There is nothing as such an external. Get it simply what are the brand, color, everything, they will decide right. Suppose resume passing message. They will give what needs to be written or that same thing. It will populate over here. But if I show for 5 minutes now, oh, we are designed it, we are doing this kind of things, that is populating. The sidebar which we are talking, it is reflecting the right side about the company. These all teachers in 5 minutes. If I show, you may feel much more confident that I was unable to, that it makes more sense to what we have. That is the plan which I have done. But I was unable to do it. That is the reason. Today my plan has changed to show at least the session should not be listed right for the sequence. Create internal career site. As I said here, we see the job posting template is going to be a default internal template. Client will give what are the template. Template which has to be populated, maybe internal template, something they will. They will give us just a click and see what. What is that? There is nothing as such in this or the template will be. As we seen in the external career site, few templates were there right. Those kind of things it will populate actually see here. They've taken this template and location hierarchy. They're given region and location hierarchy subtype global region. They given. And when it comes to recruiting source, it should be employees and current impact because it is only for internal. No point right giving source from other like Facebook or whatever it is. Source will not come anything over here, just current employees. Current employees, and we can make it inactive also. But however, already it is that no need to create our init. We just want to show and do not show a hiring manager or organization because once we click this, we will be the hiring manager. What are the reports to him? That chart will come, right? We don't want to show them because what happens in internal, as you know, also internal, there will be telling out of box. I would say, like some politics will also happen, like they want to hire some, they will do favor for some people, right? They don't want to do other things, which they will keep it confidential. Hence, they will not check this box. And do not show the recruiter somebody because internal they'll be knowing each and everybody. Right. And confirmation message. Are you sure you want to get the applications? All these things. And there will not be much future. Again, as you know, you can enable the job alerts. Once we enable again, yesterday we were talking about internal candidate job notifications. Notifications will go on scan. It is, shortlisted and alright email template. These are the report filters which will happen. Nothing else in this, I would say. That's it. You want to create, you can create, but however, in the tenant already, it is internal there already. And if you want to check any openings, let's go and see. Find those excellent. You daily practice something in the tenant 1 or 2 hours. I try to. Yesterday. Sorry, I tried to post the job of the skins work. They can see. I posted because I was debugging whether this URL will work or not. Everything I was taking but failed actually, which I want to show. Now we are in the access of Karoli. If you apply for this job, whose candidate will be going? Absolutely. Excellent. Fantastic. You understood that answer. But because we might be taking some internal candidate transfer, which is very critical, that I'll explain you that point in time. Like this, it will happen. We can apply through here. Or see here job expectation, time type, worker type, and by everything is populating few things. I just want to show regarding that. And we'll just close this. Next one is it. Just going to one more topic. And then carry non-workers. Especially this internal career sites, what we discussed. There is no name as such, visible only for internal employees. And whatever we're creating, we will be doing only to find jobs. Whenever we are searching for any internal career set, we do it by the top 5 jobs. That report will automatically pop up. Sorry, we can go and get to know all the companies. That is the concept now it's a different one. Internal career site for non-workers. See, non-workers might be, like contractors. Even if the internal career site for non-workers, if they have to search for a job, it's still going to be find jobs. I'll explain. We can create by the name and what is the template which needs to be populated. The main client will give based on that. Either client has to create that you can create and show it to them in the distance. Distance is the call, we can check with them. And location, all those things. Recruiting source, you will get for a few options like it because that might be through LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all those. This is the contractors, right? Already they are a part of the organization. This is like sometimes students also. I would say like these people see, sometimes students will also apply for internship or something, right? But this people, it will be useful. Actually, this site actually. And when you say name, what kind of name do we usually give? Name like internal contingent worker, or that's it mostly. You know this. It is regarded to contingent, right? We can give internal contingent worker templates. They'll give and recruiting source. Contingent worker career site will be there, right? We can give on the platform. And again, if you want to withdraw confirmation message, are you sure you want to get? Almost few features will come actually in this. I would say related to external career site. And this few features will populate here. Resume passing message. You can upload it as in the begin populating. These kind of features and apply personal information for you as candidates. This kind of instructions will be given. And again for gender, ethnicity, these all questions will come naturally, in their populate. When Java application, they're trying to fill up this kind of questions. And as we seen yesterday also, but not near anonymous. It's not. It might be made up by gender citizenship status questions we can ask them. Self-identity, disability, as you know. Yesterday we discussed there is an integration also will populate. It's a different way to run for us people only. And apply terms and conditions. What are the terms and conditions? They'll write each and everything, These kind of things will happen. Not much different, but however candidate concern will be obtained, I willingly accept the terms and conditions. These kind of things will populate actually. That's it about this. We will test. Actually, you know what happens? That is what I'm just thinking because this much I didn't work on this. Only we have internal terrified however, just wanted to show how it's gonna happen. We will try to debug this more while doing the posting. How it's gonna look like, whether it will reflect on find jobs. This thing I need to check this. I didn't test it far. I have a question. When you say non-workers, who all you can see in this group or who would be in this group? In this group, mostly contingent workers or students might be for some internship. This kind of people for this area. When we set up this external career sites, you see this configuring the sectional career site. Sometimes when you do the implementation, what happens? There are a few setups needs to be done. But again trying to tell which all the fields has to be done. See here require candidate home account. What we'll do is edit tenant setup recruiting. If we go to Edit Tenant Setup Recruiting, we can enable the changes even in the middle of a project. Excellent. If you do any changes, you know there is a question. Also, if you do any changes, it won't reflect immediately. Again, we have to unpost it and repost it. What are the changes we do next? No career site. Suppose I already posted a few things actually in the external site. It was not populated. As I said, today afternoon I tried to go. If I do any changes in our external career site, if it has to be populated, we have to unpost it. And again we have to repost it. Next 10 minutes, I'll take that session. I'll explain what it's going to be. I get that. My question is, you're talking about edit tenant setup, recruiting task, right? If you want to make any changes in the middle of the project, right? Like currently, you're trying to make some changes, right? Howard can. You can do that. See, when we start up the project, only what happens? A few things they'll tell up in the data. Anything needs to be. You know character which has to be populated. These suggestions they'll give. I need this privacy policy link. I'll share you one link. You have to paste it over there, like that. It will be initial phase order. But you're not going to do anything in the middle of the project. No. We are not going to touch. If it is much required, we can touch. But these are very easy things. A client will tell you for the starting of the sessions. What needs to be done? What is the URL? What is the privacy policy? Link text. I'll show you this later. Require candidate home account. See candidate, home account is very important, right? When a candidate go and apply in the career site, his home account has to be created. But we have to enable it. See, require candidate home account. It's very easy, right? Like this. Enable candidate verification email. See here, enable candidate verification email. We can enable here. And enable alternate external career site URL. Enable alternate. I don't think they're able to find it. Anyway, we'll check. Enable alternate external career site URL. Enable alternate. It's on. Enable alternate external career. It is a. We can enable candidate concerned. See here. If you give any message over here, that consent message will populate actually. Here we can give the consent message and collect the code name. It's the collective name. Vishnu, I have a quick question. What does this feature enable candidates to look up for external career sites? Enable alternate external career site URL. See, sometimes career site will be down, right? No, not that. The one from topmost, second one. Enable candidates could look up. The next but is application flow from a text input field to your prompt is probably such a big loss values from the maintenance. Probably some university kind of, do right. School or university external area say something that is there in the tenant also might be for that feature. I hope. I think I didn't want to use both campus recruiting. Might be. Good question. I did a concern collective on privacy policy link URL text. For this text, see here privacy policy link. You're there. You will get a company. What are they give that will populate in the external carrier down at the down? You will get this back. This you are. Sorry, not this one. Privacy James. This one. Policy link text, right? Is that this? You will get it down. This is the URL. Again, this will be given by client. And I will automatically conduct. I think this is like checking for it. Like I said, the job application will be there. It will match into 111. We can enable that. I already explained that. And it is. It's there, I will. But I don't think we can. We can do like that. For we covered internal carrier side for all of them, and it is set up. And now we will check. You'll be happy. Before that, I want to show an important feature. That picture will have the business process before we go into the business process. Configuration. Which business process you want. I think we can check. Might be the other questions. Very important. We'll check whether it will be. Let's open on the maybe You do need to complete the steps for this. Not like that. I just wanted to show. There is an error which I got it right. I was thinking I got an error. I think this actually. Somebody, I don't know people. I wanted to show, regarding this with the business process configuration of the single. Which see that one day with this business process. Configuration option says which step will come. Suppose there is a step called create position. And then which step should pop up? We get an idea. I just showed you what other stuff should come up and down. We can include last option initiated of the condition. This is what I'm. The job recognition business process type. See here. Assign roles. Is that right? Assign roles. Please remember, assign roles is only after completion. Sometimes we will design the process. If I receive these, but it was drawn, it should be, completion step. That is what last time, we were able to do it right. Let's say. This step actually will populate of the condition. But if you want to create this step, check budget before completion. But when we are assigning the roles, we did not give any restrictions at that point. We are not talking about restrictions. Which step should come before completion? Which step should come? Sometimes it will throw an error right to make it. You're talking about the sequence of steps. What should come after completion? It will show you actually. Maybe you can move a little bit deeper into that. You'll get a knowledge more and more. Just wanted to show this step actually. It is throwing another. The our partner's KIMS group is not allowed to perform step C create position. Update the business process definition or business process security policy. Job requisition for Schemaster Private Limited. There is an error. If it is not fixed, the VP will not trigger. We'll try to fix it. Create position. Business process policy. Create position right. Create position. Create job requisition is that create position. It is not that. The competition. Confidential job. You can see that. We are not getting overtime. We'll go to what is the step? I want to put business process security. Policies for functional policy. Function area. Job requisition. See here. I'm clicking on this. And you would edit the permissions. Boost. I'm going to do that. Edit permission. As you said. What is the error? Go and check. A partner schemes. Create position. A partner. A partner. The error. Right. I saw that. The error went up actually. We already designed. Business processes for. In this job, usually what happens in the interview is what are the steps they'll ask? Review, create job requisitions. Create positions. Request requisition composition step. It will be added. It is required again. Assign roles and post job. Post job is mandatory. And assign roles is mandatory. These all you can tell. They might be asking this because they're important job requisition. We'll check. What are the babies? What are the parents? What are the parents? What are the parents? What was your question? Who are there in the session? Just wanted to know. He meant, is there right? I'm joined here. And Resh. I can't see her today. We're gonna evergreen right. We can go on and check in such a way that we can design these steps. Almost similar. See review, create evergreen requisitions. Request requisition compensation. If you want to debug, it's very simple for this. We'll go like the same step. We'll do it in a minute. That's easy for you to understand. Vishnu, when we are creating the job rep, we have skipped few parts like education and add any certifications or something. For example, if we have given the fields for that aspect, could that reflect in the business process as a step? Good question. Wait, then I'll show you. This is the default template. If the certifications which has to be populated over there, we can make it certifications. There are items we can check. Slowly, I'll just go on to certifications education. See here. It is then a big template. The business process that you are showing us is coming from already. That is from an already existing default template that we have. See business process. That is different. This edit job application, why I'm showing you are asking in the job requisition. Few fields will be populating, right? How it is going to populate? See, when candidates fill the job application, we can make few fields mandatory. We can hide also. That is what I want to show you. But however, it will not reflect anything in the BB. See here education. See when it comes to education. At the top. That we can be. Certification level instructional. If is hidden for somebody. We can hide it or we can make it required. You feel we can populate it over there when candidate is applying in the external. These all the things will come like for the candidate. Maybe when we are going through the job application process, maybe we can relate more. We can relate it. But however, this template I want to show you. But you asked a good question because few things when candidates are applying, they'll get few things. And I'll show you one more feature, but not maybe after 1 week or 7, 8. One more feature that also will be useful, but I'm not going to that. You're just trying to show us the business processes that we have created. Because that is right. What are the business processes we designed? If you get any doubts now, that is very important because we can just copy it. But if you create by your own, it will be easy and you will get the exposure, knowledge, and you'll get to know tomorrow in real time. How can I support the last particular security group to populate? You can go on, debug, and do it immediately. No need to go back and do the things. That is the reason, I just wanted to show even post-job also see. If you want few steps to populate over here, simple. Whatever it is. What a business process security policy. Now we are looking for financial area recruiting. I want that. And I'm debugging it for business process post job. Any security group which is not populating. Go on, dig here. Post job is there. See here. You can go here. Any questions you can give. And you can add that security group which will populate. And again, don't forget to give activate pending security policy changes. We can populate this. You try in your home. You know when you are doing practice. You know you create your own group. Make it that it's a good practice. Now, if you are able to learn everything now, tomorrow, once you go into real picture, not need to ask everything. I mean the other side. You can do by yourself. Then you can stand in your shoes. Any decision. Of course, help is also required from people sometimes. But, however, you know everything. I have a question. It might sound stupid, but I want to get this here. What is the difference between domain security policy for business area and business process security policy changes for functional area? See, domain security policy for functional area. We just go on to particular security group, modify and view access to them. They just want to see the way we've done for the security group. We created segmented security group, right? Row based. No, segmented based security group. We just went there and given the access to that particular security group for modify and view access. Right? And if the same group has to be populated, then in the BP we need to. Whatever the BP we are designing, then we need to go on to that particular security group. Then it will populate. But if you're trying to, can we use both? Either this or that. Of course. Here and there you can do. For example, HR partner skins I created. You can go on to modify you for HR partner also. If it is required, and again you can do that. Either you could do it through the domain security policy or you could choose domain security policy. We'll give only for modify and view and for integration, get input integration. I didn't work because the current project totally. But I'm not going to get into there is a separate team for integration. I'm not taking that. What if I can do, we can do, and the business process security group. Whatever the security group need to take action in the business process, that security group. For example, I want this step to be reviewed. What should be done by only manager? Then I can make this security group going to post job and giving that security group operating or the active and pending security policy changes. It will come here and automatically to the public. That is what I mean. The domain security is for modified view, or when you talk about integrations, it is about good and get good. But when you're talking about business process, it is. You could go ahead and modify any action. You could do any action in the business process. Absolute. Only for business process. We can make the security good and they'll take action. Is that manager or recruiter or whatever? We can make some easy, but this job application, business process that we are defining, we need to a little more people than do the things. What are the first year input easily? But there are little more effort we need to put and little more time. That is where I said it's been complicated for the security group operating. That also I will explain you. That is very, very important. I will take maybe one session to get into the different. I'll explain. and other BPs, I would say. But we go out of recruitment. Just I want to show for out of. It will be easy for you. This is proposed competition, and you know this is for starting right. If I want to make this part security group to be populated here to take the action on the process. See, I created this how I created, just wanted to show because you can design any business process. Just you are too. Just you should be having a patient and giving that security exactly in the. I think it was just. Functional areas compensation, staffing. We can do that. That is also there because when we add, because hire is a normal business process and is proposed compensated. It is a sub-process. Sub-process. That's what I'm relating here. Which business process this is going to? This is proposed compensation. We can go here. What is our step? Action to the review compensation. Let's see here. We don't go down. Review competition. That will be passed here. Look, you go here. See already it is. This compensation partner is. It is already that just wanted to show, and again I do it. Pending security here. One security group. I do. Pending security policy changes. What are the steps you want to get? That is what we designed. This is easily. Like that, you can design any business. Security policy changes. You're not giving any action to them. Right. You modify. If you have to do it, We are not going to do that. Only which security group? They will take action whether to trigger. Once BP is the action they'll take. Approve or deny, whatever it is. That is what we do right in the business process. That's it. Not modifying our view. What if I say you just give access to the particular security group and then you find what action they have to do that particular security group. They have to perform some action. They have to approve it or, make some modifications. But just business process. business process. Actually, if I were shown you from the beginning, like simply how we're going to design. See, we go here. I'll try to add one note to see here. Select it. It's an action step. Suppose you select action step. What happens? Remember, it's no. No is no issue. When you get to know all those things, you get to do it by yourself tomorrow. This kind of challenges when you're facing. It's easy. Nobody to ask anybody. What happens? As I said, we'll step onto your things and you can do it by yourself. That's what you know. That is the reason. Everything I want to tell everything. I actually want to show this excellent. This problem, I was unable to. I've shown that. Then if I'm going to the next step, we could have been good. I was unable to do this problem with event. I just said to them, I don't know when they're going to. I said to by giving you a. I have one another question. We were talking about internal career side that the task is find jobs. Also we spoke about internal career side for non-workers. When would these guys find the jobs, or what would the task be for them to find the job? How can they apply? I'll tell you, because for that particular task, even I didn't leave it in our company. Also, we are not working. But then we'll try to post some jobs. We'll try. We'll try to do that. What happens is, whatever we have done far, we are trying to do posting. Important now. I just want to understand how. That's a good question. That's a good question. We go to the particular job requisitions. How to do job posting. We go to this job posting tab, the college fiction tab. We can go to current. I already posted and I was able to people. But see here, I'll show you. I already posted today morning. But this here is not working. I'll show you the arrows. Let me show you. It is working. I feel happy. That is a problem. Our career side would have been reflected. What is the job requisition? It would have been reflected. What is the sidebar? It would have been reflected. What is the policy you are using? That would have reflected everything I want to show. But when you're trying to post the job externally, you just go to job postings and then you post the job. Absolutely. Give you an option. Whether you have posted done an external. The question for C when we are posting the job. I want to do something. It is important that in this point, in this situation, you want to do some modifications in the external career site. You are edited something just before 5 minutes. And you went in and you are taking the job posting. It is not reflecting. Because it would take at least 15 minutes for the changes to reflect. Excellent. 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 And it will not reflect what all the changes. Again, we had to unpost and do it. You can tell them such the same thing. Can. You are correct. But we have to unpost it. Let's do unpost. I'm just doing unposting. See, here again we'll do the post. See, you're unposting. How did you do the postings? We here. Post and external career site. We will give our site creator. And I try to give some other also whether it will reflect in the. Can we try and give internal career site for non-workers as well? Because I'll do that. External career sites. I'm just doing that also. Anything university recruiting will do. I think if it works now at least, what is that I want to show? If it is a really a tenant problem, then I'm sure I just check. Internal, these are inactive. Only one as I said. Agency is also that we didn't go to the agency. I'm not going to do that. Internal for non-worker. Oh, wow. Kind of a drop because only an expense can be designated. But there's a if you do this, not important location like this location, there will be some. For example, our company have been looked and they had the book. Then that if you select this option, anyway, I'm just removing because we should not get. I am to arrest people. Another job. For the primary posting, you can only select or you can only enable one as the primary posting. You cannot select more than one option. I think we already posted. Another job posting exists for the specific date. Oh, already I have done it for this. What do we say? I'm trying to. I'll change the date. At least then it was an error. Again, another job posting. No. That is a problem. The same error I'm getting. It will take 15 minutes. I'm not sure. We'll just go and click this external area of site. I'm clicking on this. This gives them the problem is this website is not working right. I want to be able to show what is in the no items which we know yesterday and day before the study. That is a problem. Still, if you want to send one candidate, there is one shortcut. As I said, you can still send a candidate by using this as a recruiter. You can log in. Usually, I'm just telling you. And real-time scenario. We have job application. You can send any candidate. If you know something, we have done this. Because we are unable to send right. Maybe you can send silly plan. No, we don't already. It is that. That's not something. Sorry, I will send. You can give the position number. We'll see what is going to be the schemes. Work there. We can send the candidate. You can view the location. Actually, you have selected manual. Maybe if you have done the parsing. That's true. Something will give you. Also, it is asking. And what are they? The number of times to get a lot of things. That means 1. We are going to check whether it's there. They are. One candidate in the stage. It is that. It is going. Java application. It is going. We cannot. Like then it will happen. That is what I wanted to show. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.